Let's make a circuit board. First, there's an oxide that's on the copper plat. This is single-sided. There's only copper on one side. You take Scotch-Brite, whatever, and you have to rub off the oxide. I'm wearing gloves because I don't want to get the oil from my fingers onto the copper. So I've got these. They're rub-on etch resistant things for like transistors and stuff like that. Got it at my local electronic shop. Local electronic shop, not the national one that you may be thinking of. I cut out a small part that's gonna fit where I want. Made a small mark on the board, which you won't be able to pick up on the camera, and I'm gonna etch these on using a ballpoint pen. So you pull off the backing and then stick it on there. Use a ballpoint pen and rub on. I said etch, but they're rub on. It's a dry transfer. Stay on there. So it goes just like that. Now the length I know I want for each resistor and the diode is a 1/2 inch. So I'll measure a 1/2 inch and put a dot. I'm just gonna use the first bit as a reference. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'll put a couple of spots for here. That's for that connector. So using the pen. Make sure I'm following everything right. Alright. Now I need to make a couple of marks. There, plus on this side. And a plus over here. This is so I know where the diode and the LED need to go. The diode and the LED are polarity sensitive. The resistors are not. So goes. So I got a diode there, got a resistor, there. We got 4 spots for the termination in. 2 spots for the termination out. Circuit in and circuit out. Resistor, diode. I'm going to have it hanging so that this is on one side and this is on the bottom. I'm going to make 2 little marks just so I know where to put a screw. Make it a little bit bigger than the circuit board itself. Ta-da! Then I'm going to mark this as my own. Oh, let's go AXCO. Anyway, So that's all I need. I've seen a couple other places where a guy put in, like I did, Sharpies, and then he covered it with nail polish. Use any kind of nail polish, and I was like, oh, that's a great idea, but I want a little finer line. So they got this stuff, nail art. I was like, well, that must be a pen. Sure it is. So it comes out like a really fine pen. Well, it's more of a paint pen than nail polish. In fact, the instructions say do not put on nails, apply on polish. So that means this is a paint pen. Once I put etching on this, it came off. It didn't work. So that's going back to the store. I got 30 days, so alright. So anyway, so using this, be sure you scruff everything up. I found if I didn't scruff it up, it didn't adhere very well. So there we go, we got that. Next I'll cut it out to size, and then etch it. You use different things to cut it out. Tin snips work, or if you have a saw blade on a hobby saw, a hobby table saw, that'll work great too. So I'm just going to cut out with some tin snips. I'm going to at least make some lines for myself and cut it out, and then we'll get to the next step. Next I take the finished ink on there and then put it in a Pyrex dish and take some etchant. But this etchant says if I add 25% or so of hot water, it'll work even faster. So that's what I'm going to do. The more you agitate it, the faster it'll go. This will take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending on how much I agitate. But I don't feel like sitting here for a whole hour moving this back and forth. So I'll be back. Okay, so it took close to an hour. So next, take some acetone, or acetone, otherwise known as fingernail polish remover, and just clean this off. And after it's clean, we have a circuit board. In the next video, I'll show you how to put it all together.